Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be covering the live letter 14 for patch 2.3, which was broadcast today on the 24th of May 2014. It just finished about half an hour ago, and it was more than 2 hours long, so lots of new information regarding patches 2.28 and 2.3. I'm going to aim to get through them as quickly as possible. So anyway, hello from Mithrie. So what I've done throughout the live letter is I took a lot of screenshots and I made some notes. So I'm going to quickly go through those quickly as I can. So let's quickly go to the screenshots now. Right, so the first thing they mentioned, they spoke about, was patch 2.8. I'm obviously cutting out a lot of other details. I'm trying to keep it to the point as possible. I'm cutting out any banter, any hellos and so on. So anyway, so for patch 2.28, as you can see, they said there's a continuation of the Zodiac quest line, which is the new relic quests. Okay, second. And adjustments to pet behaviour when jumping. They didn't really show any more details about that. New objectives added to the challenge log. Addition of exploration log. The exploration log is basically it's almost like a jump challenge sort of thing. So you'll have to go to random places throughout Eorzea, which might only be available by jumping, like on certain platforms and stuff, which is a nice challenge for people, I think, because a lot of people like to try to get to places they can't otherwise or should usually be able to get to, so they're making a game out of it. And then you can see filtering and sorting options for expert delivery window, adjustments to the Wolf's Den. They did not talk about the adjustments to the Wolf's Den though. That's going to be in the next live letter, which will be broadcast from E3. And then it says we'll be able to register both Thornmarch Extreme, as in King Mongol Mog Extreme, and Leviathan Extreme via the duty finder. Okay, moving on. So it says the echo buff will be applied to the companion. I guess that's obviously a joke. Filtering options for the crafting log, which is great news because there's so many recipes in the crafting log, and as you know, I'm level 50 of all my crafts, so it can be very annoying trying to find specific items, so having a filtering option will be very useful. Display the map via the gathering log, which is nice, so again, just to save you time. Now this is a very interesting one. It says durability will increase to a max of 199 when repairing with a Disciple of the Hand class. What that basically means is that if you do actually repair items yourself, that the durability of the item will go to 199 rather than 100. So usually when you repair items, it goes to durability 100 and it stays there. That's if you pay the menders to do it for you, the NPCs. But if you do it yourself with a Disciple of Hand, it will be 199. Sorry. And then it says auto sort of party list when undertaking duties. Ability to participate in expert high level duty roulette as a party. Okay. So that's again good news, because I think a lot of people were bored of having to do the roulette with random people, so now you can do expert and high level duty roulette with your friends. It says adjustments to player commendation system. Again, they didn't really talk much about that, but I guess we'll wait to see what they are. And then it says equipment preview feature, which again is nice, so I guess that's more you'll be able to see what they look like before you try them on or buy them, which is another feature which is already present in other MMOs. So moving on. So it says adjustments to the party finder. Again, they didn't say what it is, we just have to wait and see. And then it says progress of fates will be displayed on their map icons, and teleporting via the Aether icon on your map. Again, that's interesting. So it says addition of text commands to clear tell chat log, list of available text commands. I think that one will be useful, the available text commands, because that would be like, it means you can find out more or try around which macros you want to mess around with, because you'll be able to see what the list of text commands actually is. And then this is play for PlayStation, dismounting from mouse by pressing L1 and R1 at the same time. And then it says titles displayed on character nameplates. So the titles are, you know, the titles you earn throughout the game from achievements and various different events. So you'll be able to see them on the character nameplate. And option to skip previously viewed cutscenes. Okay, this is all for patch 2.28, as you can see. So I'm moving on. And then it says purchase. Now this will be for the launch of 2.28. You'll finally be able to buy the Fantasias bottles. The Fantasias are used to alter the appearance of your character completely. You can change everything, the race, the gender, the look, everything, if you use a Fantasia bottle. So it says purchasable from the service account, items granted to all characters. It says free purchase options available, 1, 3 and 5, up to 9 can be purchased in total, cannot be traded, will be delivered to you via the Moogle delivery system. Option to purchase specific number of files coming at a later date. They said, you know, soon that will come in, and they said the price will probably be around 1,000 yen, but that's not confirmed. We have to wait and see, which is roughly $7 or just over £5 sterling UK. So yep. So moving on. So they showed this as the nameplate for patch 2.3, Defenders of Eorzea. So that's the name of the patch. They didn't really say what that's referring to. That could be referring to Frontlines, it could be referring to the story. We just have to wait and see what it's referring to. And then these were pictures of Ramuh and the area, because obviously Ramuh is tied to the Sylphs in the Sylphlands. So they showed a few screenshots of the fight, but only a screenshot, didn't show any video. So you can see this is what the arena looks like. This is Ramuh mid-cast, but we can't really see what he's doing. And here he is again, so that's Ramuh in-game. And then they spoke about Whorleater Isle, which is going to be a new outdoor dungeon located in southern Lenosia. And they just showed a few screenshots to see how it looks. So it'll just be more dungeons to do. Again, you can see a shipwreck outside. So it's another outside dungeon. The first outside dungeon in the game was Brayflock Songstop, so they figured they would add another. So it will just add for more high-level content to do rather than just spamming Brayflocks hard all the time. And then you have Tamtara Deepcroft hard. Again, some screenshots of that. Going forwards to Tamtara. And then Stone Vigil hard. Now, one thing they said about Stone Vigil hard is that the first time you go to Stone Vigil in the main scenario, it is to retrieve the Enterprise, which is Sid's airship. The second time you go back to Stone Vigil, they say it will be for Ishgard. There'll be a purpose for Ishgard for it. So what that is, we just have to wait and see. So that's the reason to go back to Stone Vigil. So this is what Stone Vigil looks like. Now, next they spoke about the daily hunt system. So as you can see, you're just at the Grand Company. If you can see on the mini-map here, you can see that you're at the Grand Company in Gridania in this situation. The daily hunt board is on the wall, and it just tells you what monsters you want to go out after. There are going to be 3 different ranks of monster you can go after. I think it's like S, A, and B, being a different difficulty for each one. And doing them will just earn you points, and the points will be used to purchase mythology gear, such as the artifact +1 gear that you can currently buy for mythology. So I think they said the purpose of that is that you just have more options to buy your mythology gear, so that you don't have to worry about spending mythology on the gear if you're after your animus weapon, because the animus weapon requires a whole load of mythology to get, as you may know. And then next, so this is just the summary of what's coming in patch 2.3. So they said the Ramuh battle, hard and extreme, and Whorleater Isle, Tamtara Deepcroft, hard, Stone Vigil hard, item desynthesis. So item desynthesis is the ability to convert items into their crafting materials. It obviously won't be all of the crafting materials, it'll just be some, but it's a way to recover some of the cost of some of the items from it. They said as well that the items that you will retrieve from the items when you desynthesize them or salvage them, as it's officially called, will be relevant to the item you've salvaged. It won't just be a random item, but there may be they said maybe some rare item that you need for another purpose, but again they didn't say what that was. And then they have daily hunts. Frontline is actual battlegrounds for PvP, so rather than it just being 4v4, it will probably be more like 10v10. You know, it'll be a big arena. It won't just be, it'll be a big battleground, I should say, not a arena. And then it's a continuation of the Crystal Tower, new main scenario quest, new Hildebrand quest, Chocobo raising, and housing private room. Now we're here where it says housing private room. What that means is that within your free company estate, should you have one, your free company have a house, you'll be able to have your own private room within the house, which you can add your own furniture to. But this is before the individual housing comes out. Then they showed a whole load of screenshots from the Tokyo event, which was hosted in, according to my notes, Kogeki, whatever. So they showed a whole bunch of screenshots from the event. So lots of role playing, as you can see. So yeah, you know, people like to cosplay as the Final Fantasy characters as well, so it looked like it was a fun event. Now this was actually during the break, so they during the break of the live letter, this is when these screenshots were showed. I'm just going through them quickly, so if you want to pause the video, feel free. Now then, in the second part of the video, we were introduced to the lead designer of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, called Suzuki Takio, and he has worked on other Square Enix games such as Final Fantasy X, X Part 2, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy 13, 14, and A Realm Reborn. And they just spoke about a few things, and then they gave a video demo of what like Stone Vigil Hard looks like. I won't put in the video footage in this video for the sake of copyright reasons. And then they showed screenshots of Tamtara Hard, as you can see, give you an idea of how it looks. So again, this looks like it's been taken over by someone else. And then here we have Whorleater Isle, and you can see he's wearing shades as well. So again, he's just running through the isle. So you see a random gorilla there as well. And this color of his weapon is not the Animus color, so people are suspecting that's the Novus color scheme for Paladin. And then right at the end, he jumped off the edge and died, but that's because he was in development mode. And then they showed the ability to dye the artifact gear, but they said this might be more for the retainers more than you. We have to just wait and see. They need to release more detail about that. And then they were showing about new designs for armor, which are coming in. This is possibly armor coming into the new Crystal Tower. We don't know. People are just speculating. And then they showed concept design for the new Crystal Tower. So this is for when we actually get into the ground floors of the Crystal Tower. Some concept designs. They didn't talk much about them. They just showed them quickly to just show you what they're working on for the next part of Crystal Tower. So it does look very interesting, that's for sure. You can see how much effort they put into these designs and so on. It looks very interesting. And Yoshida did say to Suzuki that there were some he didn't want people to be seen as a joke. That's why they say confidential. So, yep. And then they spoke about the different fashion designs. So even though, yeah, this is obviously, you see the wedding dress and tuxedo, they were more talking about the fashion involved in the game. They have spoken about for a while that the wedding system will be coming into the game. So, and then they started talking about and showing these different shades. So you'll have different shades brought into the game. How or where you get them, I do not know. I don't know if they're crafted or anything yet. We just have to wait and see. But all they spoke about was the fact that you will be able to dye them different colors, as you can see here. And they have all different styles, showing them on every race. That's like a Terminator looking one. It's obviously a Garlean eye patch of some kind. And then they sort of went through all these different poses. So at the moment they added in a few poses into the game that you can do when you're standing up and sitting down, but they've extended it a little bit. So again, just quickly showing you these poses, and then seated poses. Now this was an interesting one. They started showing you two-person mounts. So this is a giant chocobo, as you can see, but then you have the ability to have two people on it. So they just were running around on that. And then they showed this one. It's apparently the wedding chocobo. So this again will be part of the wedding system. So more details to be seen about that. Still don't know more, but that looks like a really awesome design. And then they spoke about Curtain Call. It says new DCL music tracks. DCL meaning downloaded content, so you have to probably buy them. And then King Moggle Mog price and 150 Japanese yen. And then here rank 7 rewards. So it says 450 days, veteran rewards. That means if you have a subscription which has been active for 450 days, then you'll get a goblin cap and wind up goblin. And then they spoke about the next live letter. So the next live letter will be from E3, and it will be on Thursday, 10th of June 2014 at 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. PDT, which is 9 p.m. UK time. And the 15th letter from the producer live for the second part of the 2.3 exclusive will be on Thursday, the 12th of June from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. PDT, which means about 6 p.m. UK. And it says both streams will be brought to you live from E3, and both the broadcasts will be English. Okay. So, and then they said that the next Fate event, or the next Japanese basically live letter event, will be in Sendai sometime in late July. That's it. So I've tried to keep this as brief as possible. There is a lot of more detail I'm sure that you'll be able to find, and I will include all of those in the description below the video, but I don't want the video to be too long. So yeah, and obviously if there's anything I've said which is subject to change or wrong, whatever, then I'll be sure to keep the description of the video as up to date as I possibly can. So just going back to my game, 1 second. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you found the video useful. And if you have any feedback, comments, suggestions, please let me know. I try to answer all comments in my videos. I have a lot of videos regarding Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, and I do it in a story mode way. So I do read all the quest text out when I'm playing the game. The reason I do that is so for the enjoyment of the people watching, but also so that I myself can take in the story, because there's a lot of story in this game which you can miss out if you just skip through the quest text. So I do recommend you read it all. And yeah, so if you have any questions, if you have any feedback or anything is significant I missed from this video, please let me know. And we will see in the next live letter what else they announced for patch 2.28 and 2.3. So anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.